Hello guys, it's time for patch 11.1 and today we are going to talk about how you can make a lot of gold with the engineering profession in the patch 11.1 and season 2. I think that engineering will have a bright future in patch 11.1. It has been a really steady gold maker so far in this expansion, and I think it will continue to be as steady as it has been and as good as it has been. It is one of my favorite professions right now for sure, and today I'm going to show you exactly what build you need to make profit, what equipment you need, and what kind of crafts I do to make a lot of gold with it. Also in the end, I will include which consumables is absolutely mandatory to print gold with engineering. But let's get started right away. So in terms of profession equipment for engineering, basically the most of the crafts is going to be impacted by multicraft. So having a multicraft tool enchanted with resourcefulness is going to be your absolute priority. Without a profession tool with multicraft, you are going to see no profit numbers, that's for sure. So try to prioritize that, and other than that, also get your blue accessories as well. The only time a resourcefulness tool is going to be important in engineering is basically if you are going to be pilfering through parts. This is impacted by resourcefulness and will be mandatory if you do this, but this is such a volatile way of making gold, so I'm not sure if this is going to be for you, and it all depends on the current prices, etc. So be careful when doing this, but this can be extremely good as well. But it's very RNG heavy, so be a little bit careful about that. But having the multicraft tool will be enough for you, that's for sure. In terms of specialization, it is actually really easy as well. The specialization that you're going to need for engineering is 40 points into inventing, 30 points into scrapper, 40 points into parts, and also you're gonna want 15 points into ingenious. This is really important because this will provide you with a crafting buff which will yield you multicraft, resourcefulness, and ingenuity for 12 hours. It is the buff up here. Giving you 150 multicraft and resourcefulness is going to be absolutely key to finding profits in engineering. So make sure you do get this. It is really important. But as you can see then, for a full build in engineering, basically to be able to print gold with mass crafting, all you need is 125 points, because this is 80 points plus this 110 plus 15, so 125 points. Not a lot. You can actually get over 100 knowledge points in one day on a fresh character. I have a video about that on the channel that I will be linking in the description. So don't be afraid of getting started, because it's so easy to begin with engineering. In terms of devices and everything here, this is not really something that you're going to want to focus on in terms of mass crafting and printing gold. This is something that you're gonna want to put your spare points into, but it is not going to impact your gold making at all, pretty much, because all of this has been kind of useless so far in terms of crafting. So don't think that you need to get those stuff, because it's not important at all, and I have pretty much not used this at all so far in this expansion. In terms of the craft that you're gonna want to do to print gold is going to be the parts. The parts is going to be your main way of making gold, and most likely the 3 parts here at the bottom is going to be your priority in terms of crafting. This will be yielding you probably the most amount of gold per craft the most times, and also it will be selling way faster in terms of quantity compared to the others, because those are used way less in crafting. So doing the 3 down here is probably going to sell the most, and doing the handful of bismuth bolts is probably going to be the one that you can actually sell in huge quantities. As you can see, I have a lot of bismuth bolts here in the bag. I really like to craft them. If you want to get into some more profitable crafts that is selling way slower, if you're doing this on your own server, do not craft too many of those. I am crafting those 5 toys for 64 different realms on EU, and it's printing me so much gold so far. But if you can craft a few for your own server and try to sell them, because this is such a good craft, it's going to be all the toys here. They are selling like cupcakes. Barrel of firework, defective escape pod, filmless camera, stonebound lantern, and also wormhole, but this is not the best of them, but I have been selling this successfully as well. So this is just some included toys that you can craft for a lot of profit per craft, but it sells way slower, of course, since it is toys. So don't overcraft them, but go ahead and try at least. I would definitely do that if I were you. Also, you could be crafting a few of the profession equipments for your own server. It kind of depends on how you're playing. If you're doing cross-realm stuff, this is really good to craft to all servers, but if you're doing your own server only, craft a few and see if you are lucky to sell them. It's definitely worth it, I can tell you that. Also, another craft that can be good is the convincingly realistic jumper cables. Those can be selling quite well as well, and you can successfully use your concentration on this one. I have been doing that quite a lot. It actually sells fairly fine and you make quite good profit spending your concentration here as well. But in terms of concentration, do your own little research and see what you want to spend it on, because it differs a little bit from now and then. But those are going to be your prioritized craft, and this profession, guys, is so good and has been so stable throughout the expansion. The numbers is pretty much always green and you don't have to worry about it. So engineering is definitely one of my favorite professions right now. In terms of consumables that you need for engineering, of course you are going to need the File of Bountiful Seasons. You are going to want to use the aerated File of Quick Hands to be crafting a lot faster. Also, you of course going to want the Weaver's Prodigy buff. I'm talking a lot about this on my channel because not everybody got this yet. It's the absolutely best buff in this game, and you can get it by reaching Renown 7 in the Weavers. So make sure that you are working on that if you haven't done that already, because that is going to yield you a lot more gold per time spent. That's absolutely for sure. Let's also quickly include the craft of the 22-hour slicks. It is going to be some kind of new wheels for the new car, which will be included here in the Undermine. This can actually be a really good gold maker if you are quick to it. However, it doesn't look like it's going to have different ranks, so probably it won't be staying that profitable for too long, right? Items without a rank usually don't stay profitable when it is crafted in mass. However, you're going to get the recipe for 150 acuity buying it from a vendor when you have hit enough renown, and if you're fast on it, maybe it will be a gold printer. But other than that, engineering is looking pretty much exactly the same that it has been doing so far in the War Within. Let me know, guys, in the comments if you are getting engineering, if you are planning to print millions of gold with it. Please subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Goodbye.